have a new book review today. That book is Paper Towns by John Green, and I give it 4 out of 5 stars. Paper Towns is about a boy named Quentin, but his friends call him Q, and he grew up living next door to this girl that he's basically in love with. But they're not friends, they're acquaintances, you know, they're next door neighbors, they go to the same school, but they don't hang out. And randomly one night close to graduation, she crawls into his bedroom window and says, "Come with me, you're going on an adventure with me," basically. Q and his next door neighbor Margot are out all night, basically getting revenge on all of the people that Margot feel like has hurt her recently in her life. It's this huge, elaborate scheme to get back at all these people in a very fun way. And then after their night of revenge adventures, Q goes to school the next day and Margot is not there, and she's disappeared. It's not the first time that she's disappeared. She's done it many, many times before and left clues for her parents to find her, but she never leaves enough clues or good enough clues for them to be able to find her before she ends up coming home on her own anyway. But this time, she leaves clues for Q. So it is about Q and his friends trying to figure out these clues that Margot has left him in order to find her. I said this about The Fault in Our Stars, and I'm going to say it again about this one, is I felt like the characters and the dialogue, it was very honest, I think is what I said last time. It just felt very real to me. The way that they talked and the words that they used, it was very, very real and very genuine. I feel like they did say bro a lot. I felt like they said it a little bit more than people normally would, but I'm not an 18-year-old boy, so maybe I'm wrong and maybe they do say bro that much. But other than that, I felt like it was very, very genuine and realistic, the way that they spoke to each other and the way that they formed their sentences and the way that they acted. Especially when they were drunk. I thought it was hilarious when they were drunk. That was one of my favorite parts, definitely. The adventure with Q and Margot at the beginning and the drunk party was fantastic. And also this book made me laugh out loud on more than one occasion, and I had to jot down some of the things that made me laugh. Fantastic. This guy comes up with some pretty great stuff. I think the reason that I'm not giving it 5 whole stars is because, well, at first I wasn't in love with it. I did really, really enjoy it, but also I did not like the ending. I obviously am not going to tell you how it ends, but I had a lot of emotions and thoughts built up throughout the story, and I feel like the ending kind of made them seem pointless. And it just was I just was left feeling very disappointed and very unfulfilled, maybe. I thought it was a very unfulfilling ending. I was not happy with it, and I felt a little sad when I was done the book because I almost felt like it was stupid to read the whole book and have it end that way. I'm not gonna tell you, I don't want you getting ideas about how this is gonna end. I can't tell you what does happen or what doesn't happen. You just have to read it, and then if you felt the same way or if you didn't feel the same way, then you need to comment below and tell me what your thoughts were about the ending and why, and then we can chat about it, and that would be fun. But I did not like this. I didn't like the ending at all. I thought it was so the ending kind of ruined it for me a little bit. So the other thing that bugged me was, okay, so the first 2 parts were in past tense, and the third part was in present tense. But throughout the first 2 parts, where it was written in past tense, there were some random sentences and words that were in present tense. And the first time I came across it and realized, I was like, oh, this is present tense. I didn't realize I was reading a present tense written book. I thought this was past tense. And I continued reading. I was like, no, it is past tense. That sentence was just present tense for some reason. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know if I can find any of the parts. But it would say something like, you know, it's all written in past tense, like we were on our way to get to the car and he slid the door open and got in the seat or whatever. But then it would randomly say, instead of he said this to me, he says, or instead of he sat down, he sits down. And it would randomly have those things. Here on the front, SLJ, whoever that is, says that it was profoundly moving. And I didn't think it was profoundly moving. I didn't even think it was very moving. But I liked it. It wasn't moving, but it was good. So that is why I'm giving it 4 to 5 stars. It was enjoyable. I laughed a lot while I was reading it. I smiled. There was one part that made me cry slightly. Just like a little bit of tears in my bottom lids there that didn't fall out onto my face. It was fun, it was funny, and except the ending sucked.
Downstairs?
What? Alright, can I have the light on, please?
Sorry, I didn't see you there.